going on, everybody? Hope y'all are having a good one. Trying out some new tires today. These are the 1.9 Injora Cling-On tires. I did try a set of these on the little Red Cat Ascent 18 that I had, and they seem like pretty good tires. They're kind of like a rupture or a rover kind of a tread pattern. I believe that these are in Injora's new S5 compound, so they're super soft and sticky. And yeah, let's go give them a run around the pit here, see how they do. We have had quite a bit of rain here in the last couple of days, so it is a muddy mess. So I'm gonna do my best to try to stay out of the mud and try to keep this as much on the rocks and the concrete as possible, so we can see how they do before they get loaded up with mud. Don't really know what to expect. They are a good bit shorter than the tires I normally run on this thing, and they are a lot skinnier. So we'll see how that affects the Capra overall. It should be a little more planted in some situations, but less ground clearance in others. But let's hit the rocks and see how the tires do. They definitely react better to the slower throttle inputs. I like that. Now we're starting to pick up some mud in the treads already. And we're about to get into some wet leaves. So we'll see how that affects traction here. That's not where I want to be. Trying to stay out of the mud, but over in the mud is kind of where my line normally is for this run. I think we're just gonna have to get into it. screwed that one. Seems like so long as you keep a low throttle input, these actually have some pretty good bite, even with the mud on them. But all that dirt up top on the front right, where that rock got pulled out of the ground there, that kicked out a lot of loose dirt and mud. Just lost my place. See if I can maneuver the back. Dang it. That extra little bit of height that the 1.9 ruptures have definitely helps out, because right now I'm hitting on my steering link. These tires was just that 1/4 inch or whatever they are taller. I think it's less than 1/4 inch, but I'd be able to clear that and maybe get up on it. Try to clear some of that mud out of there. We're just covered in mud now. Definitely should have waited until a drier day to bring out crawler tires to do crawler things. These definitely have the grip to do it, but I don't care what kind of tire you got. When it's this caked in mud, you don't got the traction you need. clean the tires off a little bit here. Wintertime is the worst for crawling around here. It's either snowy and icy or just muddy and nasty. And there is nothing you can do to avoid it. I've got a pretty good feeling like these tires are going to be awesome, but not for another month or two. There's just not much I can do when everything's covered in mud. tires much. Well, I don't know that we can really call today that much of a success, but you'll just have to take my word for it, I suppose. These tires seem like they're going to be really good, but as you can see, they are completely caked in mud, and there's not much I can do about that on a day like today. So it kind of is what it is. It sucks, but I wanted to get these out here and give them a shot and see what they could do. Even being caked in mud the way that they are, they still have a lot of maneuverability to them. They're not just completely sit and spin with no control. Like, yeah, they're slipping a lot and don't have a whole lot of forward bite when they're completely caked like this, but you can still maneuver it around where you want it to go, even with them being covered in mud. So that in itself is a pretty big indication on how good a tire is going to be. But also, right off the bat, before they got caked in mud, they do have an awful lot of forward bite. So I've got pretty high hopes for these once the weather clears up and everything dries out. I think these are going to be some pretty good tires, and for the money, you can't beat Injora for a lot of things. There's a lot of things you can beat Injora at, but these Klingon tires, I think they'd be clinging on to some stuff. So I think we're gonna call it. There's not much more I'm gonna be able to show other than how much mud they can hold. So yeah, kind of a bummer, but I've got a pretty good idea on what's gonna come of these in the future. I think I'm good with it. So hope you enjoyed. Hope I could show you something. Hope you have a good one, and I will catch you in the next one. Later.
Low dogs in the pit with the mud don't sleep. Tires caked up thick, slinging misery deep. Gripping hopes tight, but they slip through fingers. Cling on dreams, y'all, the hope still lingers. Rolling, slipping, spinning in the muck. Try to grip, but the game struck luck. Cling on to tomorrow, today ain't the prize. Mud blind faith, but them tires still dry. Down in the trench, every tread a test. Sloppy bumper runs, but we gave our best. That rubber lace promise, wrapped in grit. Injora heavy hitters just won't quit. Tire trees caught where the swamp rats dwell. A racket in the pit, raising gripless hell. Skid mark prayers to the off-road gods. Half the race battles just beating up odds. Rolling, slipping, spinning in the muck. Tried to grip, but the game struck luck. Cling on to tomorrow, today ain't the prize. Mud blind faith, but them tires still try. Picture looking clean, though admired today. Gripless ghosts haunt the path we pave. Tomorrow's promise, it clutches real tight. Tires grow tough, the pit grinds to fight.
Steep inclines challenge me. Camera rolls to catch the scene. DRC on your screen. Living dreams where wild things be.